it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. I haven't done a sit down video in such a freaking long time, but here I am with a whole new setup. Well, the background is exactly the same, but I got a ring light, I got a mic, and I'm honestly so happy with the quality of my videos now. I wasn't filming sit down videos before because the quality of my content I just wasn't happy with, so I was so unmotivated. In today's video, I am going to show you guys how I edit my Instagram photos. This has been such a highly requested video. I want to show you guys how I draw on my pictures, how I get a black and white background, just basically how I do everything, how I widen things. So before I get into the apps that I use, I'll quickly show you guys my feed. So this is my Instagram feed here. If you guys aren't following me, it's just TheresaTrends. Like, all my social media is basically the same thing as my YouTube channel. So this is what my feed looks like. I don't really go for a theme or anything. Down here I was trying to have like a black and white theme, if you guys know what I mean, like the black and white background. I sort of still do that, but it really just depends how I feel. And then down here it's more colorful. So the apps that I use to edit are up here. So I use Photoshop Express, PhotoGrid, ViscoCam, and Snapseed. So these are like the main apps that I use. I don't really use PhotoGrid. PhotoGrid is basically just like putting your photos in like a collage, and I don't do that on my Instagram. Anyway, so going into Photoshop Express, let's just go ahead and edit this photo here. Usually with all my photos, I like to play around with the lighting. So in this photo, I want to make it a bit lighter, so I'm going to put up the exposure just like that. And then I don't really touch contrast as much just yet. I like to play around with the highlights. I put the highlight up, and then for shadows I bring it down a bit, so that's just gonna bring out the black. But you can also do that with this here where it says black. Decrease that so it sort of brings out my coat a little more, and then whites, increase that. And then as you guys can see, my tan is a little faded, so I like to go to vibrant and then increase that a little, or I go to contrast, increase that a little bit. So that's what it's looking like now. And then I also like to sharpen my photos. Usually with like food photos, I sharpen them quite a lot, but with just like outfit photos, I just do a little bit. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And then go ahead and save that to my camera roll. So then after I use Photoshop Express, I like to go to Snapseed, and I like using Snapseed. Well, let's just get up the photo first. I recently just started using Snapseed, and I found that it's really good to widen things. I go to brush, and then I go to exposure, and then I just zoom up into the spots that I want to widen. So here I'm going to widen the floor. As you guys can see, it's a little dark and I don't like that. And you sort of got to be careful. You don't want to like widen anything that would sort of show that you widened it. Does that make sense? I feel like when you widen things, it just looks so much better. Okay, so I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna go in and widen my whoa, that is like so close to my face. I'm gonna widen my sunglasses a little bit, but then I'm gonna decrease the exposure. So at the bottom here you can see it's 0.71, and then you can go back down. So I'm gonna go to 0.3. I'm just gonna widen my sunglasses so you can sort of see it more in the photo. I don't know, I feel like it just looks more like crisp sort of. And then I'm not gonna widen my earrings. I'm gonna widen this button here a little, and I'm also gonna widen this part of my belt. And that's all I do on Snapseed. So that I go ahead and press the tick button, press save, and then I save as another copy. And then after I do that, I go into and I'm just gonna select the photo again. And guys, I freaking love using It's an app where you can sort of plan out your Instagram feed. You can like move pictures around like that. So what you guys see now is my Instagram at the moment. So as you guys can see, that little Instagram icon thing on the bottom of each photo. And then as I scroll up, these are the photos that I haven't posted yet and I'm planning on posting. So as you guys can see, I can move the photos around just to see what my feed is gonna look like. This is the photo that I edited. And also with I like to use the blur effect thingamabobby. So I have bruises, so I'm just gonna blur that out. As you guys can see there, just blur out a few imperfections, and then I have that bruise on my thigh. God damn, I have so many bruises, guys. I feel like I get it all from the gym. And then after I'm happy with my photo, I click on the Instagram app thingamabobby at the bottom and I press open Instagram, and when you do that, it just saves and it takes you straight to Instagram, which I love. So this is my photo here, and I don't really like the green part on the side, so this is where I use Instagram to play around with the positioning of my photo. Happy with that. I hardly ever use the Instagram filters, but I quite like this one here, but I'm not going to use it, but I'll just show you guys. I feel like it looks so cute. But okay, we're gonna go with normal. And then on Instagram, I do like the little final touches. What was fucking that? So on Instagram, I like to sharpen my photos a little bit more. I just do like the final touches, sharpen it a bit more, shadows, you know, I just play around with it. Quite happy with the way it looks now. And then I press next, and then I just upload it. So that's how I edit a photo like that. Now I'm gonna show you guys how I edit a food photo, because I'm always uploading food photos. So with my food photos, I like to have like the black background. So as you guys can see here, there, what else is there? So also with this outfit photo, I did like the black background as well, because usually if I go out to eat at restaurants and they have like a wooden table, I don't really like the brown, so that's why I'm always editing. So as you guys can see here as well, this was a wooden table and I just made it black and white. Anyways, now I'm going to show you guys how I do it. To have like a black and white background, I use unarm, and I just go ahead and select the photo. So we're going to go to my favorites and let's just edit this one today. Oh my god, I freaking love acai bowls and I love sweet potato chips, like, oh, cravings. Okay, anyways, so let's go to splash. When you go to splash, it basically just makes the whole thing black and white, and then I use free color just to color in the parts that I want to be colored. This process takes quite a long time when you're doing like outfit photos, because you sort of gotta like outline your whole body and whatnot, and it's sort of hard. So I find it much easier when you do food photos. This is basically what I do. It doesn't matter if you like get the black part there, because you can just erase it out. So anyways, I'm just gonna quickly color in everything that I want colored. So basically just all the food. Okay, and then I go back to the eraser and I just erase the parts that I sort of screwed up in. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to save it to my camera roll. After I do the whole black and white thing, I go to Photoshop Express. Let's close that, open up the food photo. I just play around with the lighting, exactly the same thing as I did to the first photo I was editing. I'm going to increase the exposure a little, highlight increase, and then shadows I'm going to decrease that a little. White increase. If there's like white parts in my photos, I really like to make that stand out, and then the blacks I like to make darker. And then also with food photos, I love to sharpen them, so I literally go like the whole way. It just makes it look so much better. Happy with that. I'm going to save it, and then also to make the white even more stand out, I'm going to go to Snapseed. So let's just go ahead and open that photo, and then I'm going to go to brush, go to exposure, and then I'm going to just widen up the coconut areas. Yum, I love coconut. And then I'm also going to widen some of the bananas on the pancakes. And then I'm going to do a bit of the plate. The plate was a bit dark, so let's just widen that. I'm pretty happy with that. Press the tick button, press save, save a copy, and that is it. And then I just go to Instagram and then edit. I like to go to sharpen again, just to sharpen it a bit more. I just feel like food photos look so good when it's sharpened. And then I'm happy with that. And then I press next, and then I just upload it. I'm also going to show you guys how I get that drawing in the middle. So this photo here, as you guys can see, there's that little white cursive writing, which I had no idea what I wrote. But to do that, I use unarm as well, guys. Unarm literally has everything. So let's just go back to the first photo that we edited. So you just go to draw, and I like to use the smallest pencil shape size thing and pick whatever color you want to do. So for this one, I'll probably just do white, and then you basically just draw. So that's how easy it is. That's what I use to draw on my photos. I hardly do draw though. And also the last thing I want to show you guys is this photo here. So as you guys can see, it's sort of like vintage-ish. It has that grainy effect. And basically how I get that grainy effect is I use ViscoCam. ViscoCam has honestly the best filters, but I don't really use it, but I know that it's really good. So if I'm looking for a filter, I would usually go there first. So these are the photos that I edited already. So I'll quickly just click on it and I'll show you guys how I did it. Oh, there's literally like a grain effect thing. So you click on grain and then you can just increase it, decrease it. So I don't go like all the way up because I feel like that's a bit much. So I take it just below halfway and you can just see that grainy sort of effect, which I really love as well. It just gives it that vintage sort of vibe. So that's it for this video. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you follow it. This is what my feed looks like. I try to post as much as I can, and I'm always on Snapchat as well, so make sure you guys add me there. I freaking love Snapchat, like I'm literally always on it. All my social medias are linked down below anyways, so check it out, come say hey. And I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up to let me know, and feel free to leave anything in the comment section. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join the YouTube family. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!